Shop is open. That's where you get all of your Rapid Speedway merchandise. That's out there. Speed Shop is open also on the Midway. The Sportsman division, first class out on the racetrack with their warm-ups coming up. Of course, we also have your hobby stocks on Sportsman already done with practice. The hobby stocks will begin to make their way onto the racetrack now. There's 20 hobby stocks checked in, ready to go here tonight at Rapid Speedway's season championship event. In the hobby stock division, here's the points standings on this one. 2 drivers eligible for the track championship. That is the number 22 of Blake Ahrens. Blake comes in tonight with the advantage over the 6 of Dustin Goldbronson. Goldbronson, interestingly enough, is tied for the national points standings with USRA in the points lead. Tied for the number 1 spot, but sits number 2 here at Rapid Speedway. Tonight, Blake Ahrens in the 22 car needs to finish 13th or better to guarantee a championship at Rapid Speedway. Hot lap session number 1 set to go in the USRA hobby stocks. First practice session of the hobby stocks done, and they will head to the infield. One more practice session in the hobby stocks beginning to make their way onto the racetrack. USRA B Modifieds beginning to make their way onto the racetrack. A field of 25 to do battle tonight with the Outpace Ironman Series in town. Let me set the stage for you. Point standings here locally in this division. It is the 91 of Tyler Johnson out of Montrose, South Dakota, leading the points here. The 2011 track champion looking to secure the championship here tonight, and will do so with an 18th place or better finish. Tyler Tesh in the 22T is your other strong title contender. Chris Huseman, a long shot for a championship here tonight in these USRA B Modifieds, part of the Outpace Ironman Series. Again, 25 cars ready to go here this evening. The 22C, Eric Clancy out of Melvin, Iowa. The 15A, Kurt Allers from Flandreau. The 40, that is Tim Dan from Hartford, South Dakota. See the number 85, Ben Maudry out of Hastings, Minnesota, picked up the win. His third Ironman win last night at Nobles County, sits number 5 in Ironman points. The number 70 out of Laverne, that is Nick Van Bell. As the green comes out, first warm-up session with the 782 of Maya Christensen out of Sioux Falls, coming up to speed, as is the 16 of Dan Hovden from Decorah, Iowa. First practice session of your USRA B Modifieds and Outpace Ironman Challenge B Modifieds going to the infield. One more practice session coming up with 25 cars checked in here tonight. Saw the 782 of Maya Christensen, the 2015 champion, and the number 19 of Tracy Johnson, both with traction trouble there in that warm-up session. Cars coming out in this practice session include the 02 Cole Denner out of New Hampton, Iowa. The 06W Ryan Walker from Laverne, the 77 Jeff Whitrock of Sioux Falls. Doug Hopp from Hull, Iowa, 17H out there, as is the 20 Derek Van Veldhuizen from Dune. Coulter Deitch out of Canaranzi, Minnesota in the 5, the 8M of Caleb Motter out of George, Iowa. Also see the 22T Tyler Tesh, a championship contender on the racetrack. 00 Devin Schlumbum. Green is out on practice session number 2. Coulter Deitch will loop the number 5 car over in the second turn, and we'll get set for a green once again in practice session number 2 with the Outpace Ironman Challenge Series here tonight. So here comes the green once again, getting back into practice. Also see out there the 7+ Jared Timmerman, Norwalk, Iowa, number 10 in Ironman Series standings. cars next up on the docket for practice here tonight. Precision Auto Body, Stock Cars, and Holly Ironman Challenge event here tonight with 20 stock cars out there, including the 32 Derek Green, Grenada, Minnesota entry with 2 Ironman wins this season, sits number 2 in the Ironman Challenge points. Your current Rapid Speedway point leaders behind him from Ocheyedan, Iowa, the 66Z, that's Elijah Zevenbergen. And Zevenbergen has 3 Ironman wins so far in 2017. Number 14, that's Todd Staley from Webster City. The 11, Jesse Brown, Nasha, Iowa. 20K, Spencer Callis. 34K, Colby Clausen of Little Rock. 04, Roger Verdorn of Sibley. The 02, Ron Prinz from Sibley. The 36 of Glenn Winia from Sioux Center. The number 19, Marlon Kroc out of Laverne. As the green comes out on warm-up session number 1. Checkered flag waves on warm-ups in the Precision Auto Body stock cars in the Holly Ironman Challenge tonight. Again, the challenge here tonight, or the big story for the track points, Elijah Zevenbergen in the 66Z comes into tonight just 6 points ahead of Rich Gregoire in the 32X. Gregoire, 4-time Rapid Speedway champion. But Elijah Zevenbergen, the hot hand here this season, has 10 feature victories to his credit. So practice concludes for the Precision Auto Body, USRA stock cars, and the Holly Ironman Challenge stock cars. They begin to head out back. And the next rumble I believe you're going to hear will be the United States Modified Touring Series coming in here. And I want to welcome Chris to the announce booth. Chris, we had a chance to talk earlier tonight. You've never been up here in the grandstands. You've been on the flag stand, but you haven't been here in these very unique grandstands.
No, very, very true. I flagged a race here a handful of years ago, but no, first time up in the tower. Should be a great program here tonight. I remember the time we were here, the show was great, so I expect it will be tonight as well.
Looking forward to the second of 4 consecutive nights of racing action tonight with the United States Modified Touring Series.
Yeah, last night, good show over in Worthington. Obviously, Mother Nature played a little havoc with us early in the program, but we were able to get that program in. Cars rolling onto the straightaway here. The first driver out, a Rock Rapids driver, Don Gerritsen. Gerritsen with us for the second night in a row in that 27 car. He's down the back straightaway. Right behind him, that 23 car. He's out of Tonganoxie, Kansas. It'll be Adam Cates. Cates in that 23 car. Also on the speedway, the 7K car here on the flag stand. That's Jason Crone. Crone from right down the road in Slayton, Minnesota. He's in the 7K. Behind him, you will find the 4R. It's Derek Ramirez. Derek out of Woodward, Oklahoma in turn at number 1. Also on the speedway, working their way into turn at number 1, the 96 car. That's Tucson, Arizona's RC Whitwell. Whitwell in the 96. Right behind him, the 8C car. That's Chris Clark. Chris out of Jackson, Wyoming in the 8. How about the 14-car race, fans? It's Watertown, South Dakota's John Tesh back behind the wheel of his GRT number 14. First night out in 2017 with the United States Modified Touring Series for the Wizard. Right behind him, the 97, that's Kate Dillard. Kate out of Robeline, Louisiana on the back straightaway. Also on the back straightaway, the 1S car. That'll be Travis Sauer. Travis out of Elizabeth, Minnesota. And the 49 in turn number 1, that's Jake Tim. Jake out of Winona, Minnesota as well. Andy Bryant, that 28 car, a B-Mod trying to sneak in some hot laps. He contending for the USRA B-Mod National Championship. He's out of Fort Scott, Kansas. He's had a great year behind the wheel of that 28. 17 wins coming into tonight. Hot lap session number 1 underway. session number 1 for the United States Modified Touring Series wrapping up. They'll make their way off the back straightaway. They'll head their way into the pit area. Chris Clark turning back around in the 8C. Next group will get set to come rolling on out. First driver onto the pit area will be the 07 car, Corey Krapser. Corey's out of Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin in that Mountain Dew Spike Lemonade 07. Right behind him, last night's winner, Rodney Sanders, with us for the second night in a row. He's out of Happy, Texas in 20. He'll work his way down the front straightaway. Right behind him, the driver that sits second in the hunt for the Casey's Cup National Championship point standings. It's Stormy Scott. Stormy out of Las Cruces, New Mexico. He's in the 2 car down the front straightaway. Also on the front chute, the 1M car. That's Cameron, Wisconsin's Kurt Myers. Myers in that Snickers, a 1M car here underneath the flag stand. Also on the speedway, there's a 33Z, Zach Vanderbeek. Zach out of New Sharon, Iowa. He's in the Casey's General Store 33Z. Right behind him, your current national point leader, Jason Hughes. Jason out of Watts, Oklahoma, in that Henrietta Ford number 12. Here at the flag stand, the 19R, it's Ryan Gustin. Ryan out of Marshalltown, Iowa. He's in the Henrietta Ford 19R car. Right behind him, the 20RT, that's Chandler, Arizona's Ricky Thornton Jr. Thornton in the double stuff Oreos 20RT. 2T car is Jake O'Neill. Jake out of Tucson, Arizona. In that Gressel Racing 2T in the 18Z will be Zane DeVelvis. Zane out of Farmington, New Mexico in 18Z. So your second and final hot lap session for the United States Modified Touring Series will wrap up on the back straightaway. One quick thing to remind you race fans, if you'd like to know where your favorite driver will start in their heat races later on tonight, heat sheets are available at the USMTS trailer. If you'd like to stop back there, they're just $1. Janet will get you a heat race sheet. Also, the USMTS mobile app is up and running, so if you do already have the mobile app, go ahead and open that. Should be lineups there posted. If not, just go to your Play Store, download that new USMTS app. It is absolutely free, and the heat race lineups will be posted there shortly.
All right, Chris, thank you very much. Fans, good to have all of you here tonight for the final points event of 2017 here at Rapid Speedway. Of course, Rapid Nationals coming up in September. You can get all the details on that, rockrapidspeedway.com. At this time, I would ask you all to please rise as we take a moment to get into this evening's opening ceremonies on this big night at the Rapid Speedway. We start this evening with our invocation.
Opening ceremonies, guys. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for bringing us all here safely. Lord, we ask that you watch over the drivers, the crews, and the fans. Lord, we ask that you be with those who have special needs. Lord, you know their needs, and Lord, we ask that you keep them in the hollow of your hand. Lord, we ask that you bring us all home safely this evening. We ask all these things in Christ's name alone. Amen.
Once again, race fans, thank you so very much for coming out on this giant night of racing action here at the Rapid Speedway as we get set to crown several champions here tonight. Hey, I want to welcome all the crew here with Dirt Nymph Racing, Dirt Nymph Chassis. We know who they're cheering on in the B-Mod division here tonight to win the championship, but they're all wearing red here tonight.
You'll have to hustle with the redraws so we can...
And it slips my mind exactly who they're honoring, the group out of South Dakota Air National Guard. They're all wearing red. Also, watching from Dubai, one of those deployed airmen, Stan. We want to say hello to him. Stan, thank you for your service. We look forward to your safe return here stateside in a few months. And of course, we always want to thank all of our brave men and women who keep us safe all around the world and here close to home. In for Jay Kelly and Joel Viss, my name is Sean Niestead. Pleasure to be here with you tonight, calling some of the action. We'll also have Chris from the United States Modified Touring Series calling action for the Monsters of the Modifieds. They'll be coming up here. What do you say we keep tonight's show moving? I tried. We'll see how the rest goes. We'll start in the Sportsman division. Heat races tonight in that class, 6 laps apiece. Before we roll those cars onto the track for their opening heat race, let's talk about the point standings here in the Sportsman division. And that points championship battle is between the 9 of Andy Wazorik and the 14, Brian Crone. Wazorik needs to finish 6th or better in tonight's A-Main to secure the championship. Keep that in mind as we get set. Qualifying heat races ready to roll onto the racetrack. Heat race number 1 is 6 laps in distance for the Sportsman. Here's the lineup. On the pole position, Roger DeBoer from Rock Rapids in the 50 on the outside, who picked up the win at Nobles County last weekend. Marnie DeBoer in the 50M. Row 2, Rick Egan drives the 1E from Sioux Falls, and Scotty DeYoung in the 58 from Rock Rapids. Leon Sneller in the 44 coming off the back. He's out of Dune. 6 laps is your distance. I told you we're going to move. Here comes the green flag. We're underway. All Big Bore Racing out front right now, door to door, 3 wide for the 3rd spot. Down the back stretch into turn 3 they go. It's the 50 of Roger on the inside. Marnie on the high line. She'll have the momentum. Will she have the lead at the line? Yes, she does. Marnie DeBoer leads a lap number 1. And trouble over there in turn number 1 involving the 50 of Roger DeBoer. 1E Rick Egan goes high and off the track. Yellow comes out. 1 lap down, 5 laps to go in your opening heat race tonight in the Sportsman. Here's tonight's order of events when we get around to the features. Because we are going to get to the features tonight. The feature order tonight will start with the B-Modifieds, then the stock cars, as those are Challenge Series events. The USMTS feature will be 3rd, and then we'll come back with the Sportsman and Hobby Stocks following them in tonight's order. By the way, no intermission in tonight's racing, and we will do all trophy presentations at the very end, which of course will be after the Hobby Stock feature because we're getting all the way to that point. Just stay positive with me, okay? 5 laps remain on heat race number 1 in the Sportsman division. Marnie DeBoer out front in the 50M, and then the 58, Scotty DeYoung. Rick Egan will restart 3rd, and then the 44 of Leon Sneller. Speedway bar is open here tonight underneath the grandstands. Get some good cold buckets of beer at the Speedway bar. Concession stand open as well. Let's go back to racing. 4 laps to go in this one. 2 laps down, 4 to go, and we're green. Rick Egan on the move, goes around the high line, sneaks by the 58, Scotty DeYoung. Here comes the 44, Leon Sneller to the inside, can't make the pass. Marnie DeBoer with the lead, but Rick Egan trying to chase her down up there on the high line. This will be the halfway point, 3 laps to go. Leon Sneller takes the 44 down the inside of the front straightaway. And Sneller's heat race coming to an end. Car refires. And he'll come back on the track. All right. Marnie DeBoer leads at 2 laps to go by 1 second over Rick Egan. Scotty DeYoung running in third, and a distant fourth right now, Leon Sneller. Marnie DeBoer will bring him to the white flag in heat race number 1 of the Sportsman. Marnie entering tonight's competition number 5 in the point standings in the Sportsman division. Picked up the win last week at the Nobles County Speedway, her first career win, I believe, and now she'll pick up the heat race win in the 50M. Checker flag waving on heat race number 1 in the Sportsman. Marnie DeBoer in the 50M gets the win by 1.1 second over the 1E of Rick Egan. Egan finishes second. Scotty DeYoung in the 58 finishes in position number 3. And coming around to finish in 4th, the 44 of Leon Sneller. Heat race number 2 is another 6-lap event. This is the starting grid. Starting on the inside of the front row, his first appearance of the season from Rock Rapids, Iowa. The 54 is Nick McVeigh. To McVeigh's right on the opening row, from Adrian, Minnesota, the number 14K is Bryant Clausen. Row 2, these are your championship contenders here tonight on the inside. From Sioux Falls, fresh off the victory here last Friday night, that's Andy Wazorek in car number 9. On the outside from Rock Rapids, the 14 is Brian Crone. Coming off the back in car number 19 from Rock Rapids, Iowa, Brandon Jurens. That's the starting grid as the field makes their way to the chalk stripe in turn number 4. That's where we go racing. 6 laps is your distance. This is heat race number 2 of the Sportsman. Bryant Clausen out to the early race lead over the 14. Brian Crone in the second spot, then Andy Wazorek. The top 3 cars breaking away a bit. Wazorek will try the high line, trying to build some momentum to get a run on the 14 of Brian Crone. Now a little bit of smoke starting to show from under the hood of the number 14, and Crone is off the pace now in turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. Crone limps it pit side, and if they can get that repaired, he'll have to start deep in the field. And the yellow lights are on around Rapid Speedway. Yellow is out. Three laps down, 3 to go. Tough break there. The 14, Brian Crone, coming into tonight, 2-time Sportsman champion here at the Rapid Speedway and defending champion. Brian Clausen, you're a race leader in the 34K. Andy Wazorek will restart 2. Then Brandon Jurens and Nick McVeigh. 3 down, 3 to go on heat race number 2 of the Sportsman. Green flag next time. Coming to the green, 3 to go on heat race number 2 of the Sportsman. And we're back underway. Clausen shoving the nose through the first turns. That allows Wazorek to get a run and look to the inside. You could see Clausen have those front tires turned all the way to the left. That's what you call a very tight race car. Now that he's up to speed, the rear end sliding around, able to get a better run now off of 4 and hold on to the lead. Wazorek going to try what's called a diamond cut. Goes in high, runs down the hill, tries to get to the bottom of the racetrack, but can't pull even with Clausen. Clausen will lead into turn 3 once again. Wazorek will try to mount some pressure once again as he dips to the inside as they come to the white flag. Wazorek now trying to complete the pass off of turn number 2. Clausen holding strong on the high side, has the momentum. Final set of turns will come to the checkered flag. Who will get it? They're door to door for the race lead, racing for the victory at the line, battling back for the win, Bryant Clausen. Bryant Clausen battling back on that final lap to regain the lead and the victory in the 14K. Andy Wazorek second, Brandon Jurens third in the 19, and then the 54 of Nick McVeigh. 3 heat races tonight in the hobby stock division. 6 laps will be your distance for the Lems Auto Recyclers USRA Hobby Stocks. Here's the starting lineup on heat race number 1. From Sioux Falls on the pole, the 00A of Cody Ham, and on the outside from Laverne, the 36 is Jackson Kroc. Row 2, Brady Clausen from Little Rock in the 35K. On the outside from Lennox, South Dakota, the 5 of Brandon Ferguson. Row 3, 37, Jason Paulson of Hills, and the X of Tyler Schlumbum from Sioux Falls, and Chad Koiker from Rock Valley, scheduled to come off the back in the 88. 6 laps, green flag. Ferguson out front in the 05. Normal competitor with the Tailgaters, a late model street stock touring series. Second place running the X of Schlumbum. Brady Clausen running in the 3rd spot. As Schlumbum now able to chase down your race leader, Brandon Ferguson gets to his back bumper off of turn number 4. Two laps to go as we come to the stripe. Still Brandon Ferguson, now car off the pace, and obvious why. It looks like right front suspension issues on the 35K of Brady Clausen, and he'll coast to a stop on the, well, now continues moving, but off the pace, and he'll limp it to the infield. So big trouble there for Brady Clausen on the right front. He's able to limp it pit side. The yellow comes out, 2 laps to go in your opening heat race tonight in the Lems Auto Recyclers Hobby Stocks. Track officials here at the Rapid Speedway going to take a look for debris of any kind along the front stretch. Things checking out okay. Lights go dark, ready for the restart. Heat race number 1 of the Limbs Auto Recyclers Hobby Stocks back underway with Brandon Ferguson leading us to the green. Ferguson throws her sideways getting into turn number 1 ahead of the X of Tyler Schlumbum. Jason Paulson. And Cody Ham. The running order at the white flag. Final set of turns. Here comes the 05. Brandon Ferguson gets the victory. Brandon Ferguson victorious in the 05. The X of Tyler Schlumbum second. Jason Polson third in the 37. And 00A of Cody Ham in fourth. Heat race number 2 ready to come onto the racetrack. This 6th lapper lines up with the 4D of Corey Kelderman from Hills, Minnesota on the pole position. And on his outside from Orange City, Iowa, the 632 is Justin Regneris. Row 2 has your points contenders side by side. On the inside, Blake Ahrens from Little Rock in car number 22. On the outside from Sioux Falls, the 6 is Dustin Gobronson. Row 3, 46, Colton Ahrens of Laverne, and 15B, Brent Van Hill of Alvord, and Al Lang out of Pipestone in the 84L off the back. 6 laps, green flag is in the air. Three, nearly 4 wide, a 4-pack of cars all vying for the race lead through the first set of turns. Ahrens on the inside, looking to grab the lead off of turn 4. Here comes the pack of cars. Justin Regneris led at the stripe ahead of Dustin Gobronson and Blake Ahrens, but now Ahrens goes third to first, and here comes Gobronson on the high line. Dustin Gobronson to the top shelf, taking spot number 2, and looks to the inside of Ahrens off of 4. Regneris and Kelderman battling for the 3rd spot just in front of the 46 of Colton Ahrens. Still door-to-door for the 3rd spot. Out front, your leader remains Blake Ahrens. If you want to know what 0.3 of a second interval looks like in hobby stock action, that's it right there. Ahrens leading over Gobronson by 0.3 of a second. Still door-to-door for the 3rd spot as they come off of turn 4. Three cars now race for position number 3. The 4D of Corey Kelderman, the 632 of Justin Regneris, and the 46 of Colton Ahrens as the white flag flies for the leaders. Less than 0.2 of a second separating the top 2 at the white flag. Gobronson will try to go to the bottom, looking for the checkered. It's about to be displayed. Ahrens will get the win. Well, plenty going on in that heat race, including the 22 of Blake Ahrens getting the win by 0.2 of a second over the 6 of Dustin Gobronson. Colton Ahrens third in the 46. Justin Regneris 632 was 4th. Corey Kelderman flat right front tire on that final lap. The 4D finishes 5th. 15B Brent Van Hill 6th. Al Lang 7th. Third and final hobby stock heat race goes like this on the starting grid. From Rock Rapids, Iowa, the 81 VT of Dylan Vandentop is inside row 1. On his right from Sioux Falls, the 61N of Nick Brady. Row 2 from Laverne, the 15 of Tom Kroc, and on his outside, a double-duty driver tonight, the Canaranzi Kamikaze, Coulter Deutsch in the 38S. Third and final row, he picked up the win here at this event last year. It's Alex Wertzma from Little Rock, Iowa, the 13X, and the 14S of Aaron Stetniks from Rock Rapids on his right. right. 6-pack of cars, 6 times around. Heat race number 2. Pace picks up and is green. We'll see how long that lasts. The yellow lights come on around the Rapids Speedway. And Alex Wertzman says, say it ain't so. He had a great start from the third row inside, battling for the lead. Nick Brady penalized on the outside of the front row. He'll go to the tail in the 61N. So Dylan Vandentop has a new contender joining him on that front row. The 15 of Tom Kroc setting the pace alongside. Here we go, 6 times around, final heat race of the Lems Auto Recyclers USRA Hobby Stocks. Kroc will lead him through turn number 2. Here comes the 13X of Alex Wertzma. Wertzma looking strong. Last went to victory lane 1 year ago at this event, up to position number 2. Kroc, who has a feature win this season, runs in the lead. Wertzma in second. Battle starting to heat up for position number 3. That's the 81 VT Dylan Vandentop and the 38S of Coulter Deutsch. Cars rim riding right now around Rapids Speedway. Wertzma now the quickest car on the racetrack, turned the fastest lap so far in this heat race on the last go-round, trailing by less than 0.2 of a second. .12 of a second the separation last time by the stripe as Wertzma laid the bumper into the 15 of Tom Kroc. Can't quite get there getting into turn 3. A little smoke now from the 81 VT of Dylan Vandentop in third as Coulter Deutsch looks to his inside. Kroc will lead him over to turn 3. Wertzma stays true to the high line where they've been this whole race. White flag set to come out. Nick Brady in the 61N takes a peek inside Coulter Deutsch the final time down the back straightaway now. Into turn 3 they go. Vandentop takes a look to the inside of Wertzma. Checkered flag ready to wave. Tom Kroc victorious in Heat 3. Alex Wertzma, the 13X second. 81 VT. Dylan Vandentop third. Coulter Deutsch fourth. Nick Brady fifth. And Aaron Stetniks in sixth. Next division ready to come onto the racetrack. We'll have a trifecta of heat races as well. That being the USRA B Modifieds. As tonight is an Outpace Performance Ironman Challenge event. Heavy hitters on hand tonight in this B Modified division. Let's look at the starting grid here on heat race number 1. Starting on the front row inside from Hartford, South Dakota, the 40 is Tim Dan, and on his outside from Sioux Falls in the 12, Gary Bukins. Row 2 from Laverne, 06W Ryan Walker. On the outside, he's from Sioux Falls in the 21K, Dave Kennedy. Row 3, Tyler Tesh is on the inside. Tesh from Lenox, South Dakota. And on the outside, he's from Rock Rapids, Iowa. It's the 63 of Chris Huseman. Row 4, 21T, Trevor Tesh of Lenox, South Dakota, and Caleb Motter from George, Iowa in the 8M. And coming off the back is your championship points leader coming into tonight, the 91 of Tyler Johnson out of Montrose, South Dakota. Johnson, 4 times a feature winner this season here at the Rapids Speedway. 11 feature finishes in the top 5 of his 14 main event starts so far this year. He will be a car to watch from the back of heat race number 1 starting lineup. So Tyler Johnson with trouble. Doesn't make it out for the heat. Set to go. Heat race number 1 of the USRA B Mods tonight. An Outpace Ironman event. First of 3 heat races is green. Tim Dan will lead the initial set of corners with Ryan Walker in the second spot in the 06W, door-to-door for the 3rd position, and 5th going into turn number 3. Out front, the TDR chassis of Tim Dan will lead a lap number 1. Dave Kennedy into 3rd. Chris Huseman running in the 4th spot. Battle for the lead starting to heat up. Here comes Ryan Walker. Walker all over the 40 of Tim Dan as we put lap number 3 in the books, this time by the stripe. Tim Dan now able to sneak away a bit from the 06W of Ryan Walker. 3 laps to go. Walker able to put pressure back on the leader. We come to the flag stand with 2 laps remaining. Walker again to the inside of Tim Dan, coming to the white flag. Final set of turns for Tim Dan. Can he keep it in front of Ryan Walker coming to the checkered? He will. There's the checkered on heat race number 1 of the Outpace B Modifieds. 40, Tim Dan victorious. 06W, Ryan Walker second. 21K, Dave Kennedy finishes 3rd. 63, Chris Huseman 4th. 5th place to the 22T of Tyler Tesh, followed by the 21T of Trevor Tesh in 6th, and 7th going to the 12 of Gary Bukins. Heat race number 2 is another 8-lap event here tonight. And here's the starting lineup. It'll be a driver on the inside of the front row in the number 19 from Montrose, South Dakota, Tracy Johnson. And on the outside of Johnson is the 782. That's Maya Christensen from Sioux Falls. Row 2 from Flanders, South Dakota, Kurt Allers in the 15A. And on the outside from Fort Scott, Kansas, the 28 is Andy Bryant. Bryant currently number 4 in the Ironman Challenge standings with 2 Ironman victories this season. 3rd row, the 00 Devin Schlumbum from Sioux Falls on the inside. On the outside will be the 02 from New Hampton, Iowa. That's Cole Denner. Denner is the current Ironman Challenge Series points leader. And then row number 4, Lyndon Johnson in the 11 from Montrose, and the 5, Coulter Deitch of Canaranzi, Minnesota. 8 laps will be your distance on heat race number 2 tonight in the Outpace Performance Challenge Series events for the USRA B Modifieds. green flag waves on this 8-lap event. We're underway. Tracy Johnson and Maya Christensen duel for the lead, but it's Christensen on the outside line. Momentum leads him into turn 3. Johnson on the high line, taking a peek to the inside. Here comes the 28 of Andy Bryant. The driver out of Kansas looking for position number 2, but right now Johnson has it. He'll lose it now with a slide jump. Move the 28 of Andy Bryant into the second spot. Coulter Deitch in the 5 car mounting a run on the 4th place position car, the 02 of Cole Denner. Denner through the middle, Deitch on the high line, now loses some momentum. Five laps to go in this heat race, and you've got a battle for the race lead. The 782 of Maya Christensen has that spot, but Andy Bryant is all over him and closing in. Now Christensen, a good run through 3 and 4. And moving his line down just a little bit is your race leader, but here comes the 28 of Bryant with him. They'll stay about equidistance heading into turn number 3. Johnson on the high line running 3rd, now has pressure from the 02 of Denner. Kurt Allers with trouble. The hood comes up on the 15A. He'll limp that car to the infield. We come to 2 laps to go in heat race number 2. Car running, battling for the 3rd spot, has trouble. That's Cole Denner out of New Hampton, Iowa. The 02 losing a lot of ground, able to hold on to the 4th spot. Coulter Deitch chasing him down a bit now as the white flag is out. Final lap in heat 2. Does Andy Bryant have anything for Maya Christensen in the final set of turns? Let's find out right now as we work to the checkered. Christensen has the line and he'll take the win. .782 Jeremiah Christensen gets the win, followed by the 28 of Andy Bryant. 19 Tracy Johnson 3rd, Cole Denner 4th in the 02, Coulter Deitch 5th in the 5, Devin Schlumbum 6th, Lyndon Johnson 7th, and Kurt Allers finishes 8th. 3rd and final heat race now of the B-Mods here tonight, ready to come onto the racetrack. An 8-lap event. We'll have the starting lineup go like this. On the inside, row number 1 from Norwalk, Iowa, the 7 is Jared Timmerman. And on his outside from Decorah, Iowa, in car number 16, Dan Hovden. Row 2 from Melvin, Iowa, the 22C, that's Eric Clancy. And on his right from Rock Rapids, Iowa, the 20 is Derek Van Veldhuizen. Jeff Whitrock is from Sioux Falls. Whitrock in the 77. On the outside from Hastings, Minnesota, fresh off the win last night at the Nobles County Speedway, the number 85 is Ben Maudry. Maudry with 3 Ironman wins this season comes into the weekend 5th in the Ironman standings. 4th and final row from Laverne, the 70 of Nick Van Bell. In from Hull, Iowa, the 17H of Doug Hopp. 8 laps your distance. Green flag waves. Everybody fighting for every inch of real estate through that first set of turns, and a car off the pace. The 7 Plus of Jared Timmerman started up front, and he's taking the car off the racetrack in turn 3. Dan Hovden in the 16D is your initial leader, but the 85 Ben Maudry running in 2nd spot, trying to chase him down. Derek Van Veldhuizen running in the 3rd position. The lead was a half second last time for Hovden in the 16. It remains exactly a half second right now, back to the 85 of Ben Maudry. Now it looks like Maudry gaining some ground on your race leader. As right here is the halfway point of the final heat race tonight in the B Modifieds. In fact, that lead does cut from a half second down to 3/10 of a second. Maudry will go to the inside, Hovden on the high line. Green flag remains over the speedway. Now the yellow is out. Yellow flag is out. Caution comes out. The 22C Eric Clancy spins around in turn 2. But the caution credited to the 17 of Doug Hopp, and the whole Iowa driver's been sent to the infield. So a tough break there for Doug Hoppy. And Eric Clancy takes the 22C pit side as well. Delaware doubles all night tonight. Five laps down, 3 laps remain in the final heat race tonight. The Outpace Ironman B Modifieds. Green flag. Hovden and Maudry going to continue that battle for the lead as we come to the white flag. Nick Van Bell gets a good run on the 20 of Derek Van Veldhuizen. Van Veldhuizen holds on to the 3rd spot as we come to the checkered. Dan Hovden victorious in the 16D. Ben Maudry 2nd in the 85. Derek Van Veldhuizen 3rd in the 20, followed by Nick Van Bell 4th in the 70, and Jeff Whitrock in position number 5 in car 77. Tonight's racing brought to you by Community Oil Company of Rock Valley, Iowa. We welcome them to the VIP over in turn number 1. As we turn the page to your next division, the Holly Stock Car Ironman Series here tonight. As part of your Precision Auto Body USRA stock cars. 3 heat races tonight. Heat race number 1, 8 laps the distance. Here's the lineup. 04 Roger Verdorn from Sibley, Iowa, and the 40 of Scott Overgaard from Laverne, Minnesota on row 1. Row number 2 made up of the 22E of Eric Gall from Rushmore, Minnesota, and from Worthington 02 Ron Prinz. Row 3 Spencer Callis from Laverne in the 20K, and 2J Steve Jackson from Polk City, Iowa, and Mark Vandentop from Rock Rapids in the 81. Scott Overgaard will lead him down the back straightaway ahead of the 04 of Roger Verdorn and the 02 of Ron Prinz. Your top 3 get single file off of turn 4. Overgaard with 1 feature win here at Rapid Speedway so far this season, but he's been in the top 5 in all 11 feature events that he's started on this Lyon County Oval in 2017. Roger Verdorn in the 04, the 2011 champion, comes into tonight 6th in the point standings. A lot going on behind them as 3 cars battle for the 4th spot. The 2J of Steve Jackson trying to hold the 20K of Spencer Callis at bay, and right there with them is the 22E of Eric Gall. They run 4th, 5th, and 6th on the field. As we come to the halfway point in your opening heat race of the Precision Auto Body USRA stock cars. The lead right now for Scott Overgaard, 6/10 of a second. Overgaard, Verdorn, and Prinz, the top three in the 2J of Steve Jackson trying to throw his hat in that battle, and now they're side by side behind Jackson. Goal to the inside of Callis as we come to the white flag. Eric Gall tried to make a big move last time in turn number 3. He's running out of time right now. Scott Overgaard, he's flat fast, coming to the checkered flag and the victory in the 40. Scott Overgaard in the 40, your winner. 0-4, Roger Verdorn second. 0-2, Ron Prinz third. Steve Jackson in the 2J was fourth. Spencer Callis fifth, holding off the 22E of Eric Gall. In sixth and seventh, Mark Vanetop in the 81. Heat race number 2 ready to file onto the racetrack tonight in the Precision Auto Body USRA stock cars. This is the starting grid. From Cleghorn, Iowa, it's the 31, Ed DeLong on the inside. On the outside from Little Rock, Iowa, the 16J of John DeBoer. Row 2 from Grenada, the 32 is Derek Green. And from Sioux Center, Iowa, the 36 of Glen Winia. From Sioux Falls, Dustin Gobronson in the 45 inside row 3. Rich Gregoire in the 32X on his outside out of Russell, Minnesota. And Marlon Kroc out of Laverne in the 19 coming off the back. This is heat race number 2 of 3 tonight in the stock cars, and we're underway. Derek Green in the 32 grabbing the initial lead. Green, number 2 in the Ironman Series standings coming into the weekend, leads him off of turn number 4. John DeBoer in position number 2, the 2009 Rapid Speedway champion. Number 5 in the point standings here at Rapid Speedway, and the 45, Dustin Gobronson, battling for a hobby stock championship, running well in the stock car division this year as well as his first year in that class, running in the 3rd spot ahead of the 36 of Glen Winia. Winia now has pressure from the 19 of Marlon Kroc. Kroc to the inside. Winia goes up and over the edge of the speedway, and he's going to slip back. The lead for Derek Green is growing, and substantially, from 1.3 seconds last time to 1.8. He was a full half second quicker than second place running John DeBoer. The 31 of Ed DeLong stands in front of the 32 of Derek Green. Green will look to his inside as he comes to the white flag. Derek Green picks up the win. 16J, John DeBoer second, third to the 45 of Dustin Gobronson, finishing in the 4th spot. 32X, which Rich Gregoire in 5th place. Marlon Kroc, followed by Glen Winia and Ed DeLong. Let's go now. Heat number 3, final heat race tonight. The Halley Ironman Challenge event of the Precision Auto Body USRA stock cars. Here's the grid for the starting lineup. It'll be Colby Clausen from Little Rock inside row number 1. He drives the 34K. Al Lang on the outside from Pipestone in the 84L. Row 2, 66Z, Elijah Ziebenbergen from Ocheyedan, and Matt Lang from Pipestone in the 84. Todd Staley out of Webster City, Iowa lines up in the 5th position with Nasha, Iowa's Jesse Brown in the 11 on his right. Final heat race of the Precision Auto Body USRA stock cars, the Halley Ironman Challenge Series tonight at the Rapid Speedway, coming to the green flag. 3 wide for the race lead in the opening set of turns. Still 3 wide. Now Siebenbergen backs off a bit on the bottom. Door to door for the race lead amongst the top 2. Clausen, Lang, side by side for the point. Al Lang led by just a bit, 0.06 of a second. Now a 3-car battle off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Clausen, the meat in the sandwich. He has to get out of it. Coming to the lead, easy. Elijah Siebenbergen to the point. Elijah Siebenbergen has an astonishing 10 feature wins at the Rapid Speedway so far this season. 3 feature wins this season for Siebenbergen with the Ironman Challenge Series. Side by side for the second spot, Colby Clausen to the inside of Al Lang. They're door to door, but that's all happening more than a second behind Elijah Siebenbergen leading out front. Jesse Brown into the 4th spot. And then racing for the 5th spot between Todd Staley and Matt Lang. Little contact in that race for position number 2. Colby Clausen got a little bit into Al Lang's left rear, saw the mud plug fly. No other damage as we come to the white flag. Final lap, Clausen throws it sideways trying to get to the inside of Lang. But that race for second's got to be careful because the 11 of Brown is right there. Brown trying to grab a spot as Clausen grabs second. Siebenbergen to the checker. Elijah Siebenbergen, the 66Z, is victorious. Colby Clausen second in the 34K. Al Lang third in the 84. Jesse Brown fourth in the 11, followed by Matt Lang in the 84. And Todd Staley will finish in 6th. All right, let's get down to it. The United States Modified Touring Series, their one appearance here at Rapid Speedway for 2017. Heat race number 1 coming onto the racetrack. Here's Chris with the starting grid.
All right, here we go. First of 3 heat races. They're 8 laps apiece. Derek Ramirez out of Woodward, Oklahoma. That Boom Test Well Drilling 4R. He will lead us to the green. Don Garrettson from right here in Rock Rapids. In that Rock Rapids Repair 27 will go to the outside of row number 1. Row 2 inside will be Kate Dillard out of Romoline, Louisiana. The Assist Fishing and Rental 97. And Stormy Scott out of Las Cruces, New Mexico in the Rancho Milagro number 2. And it'll be Travis Sauer out of Elizabeth, Minnesota. The inside, Jason Crone out of Slayton, Minnesota out. And Zane DeValbus, your final starter out of Farmington, New Mexico. We're going green this time by. Here we go, heat number 1. Derek Ramirez quickly will take the lead down the back straightaway. They're going to run 2, almost 3 wide. That's for that 3rd spot down the back chute. Kate Dillard with a big slider. Dillard going to move out of the 3rd spot. Ramirez will lead in 4. Derek Ramirez in 4, Stormy Scott in 2. It's your top 2 spots. Zane DeValbus off the pace there for a moment. He'll get back on it. It'll be the 4R of Ramirez, the 2 of Stormy Scott. Here comes Dillard again. Kate on the move in 97. Ramirez, Stormy Scott, and Kate Dillard, the top 3. Jason Crone trying to work to the back bumper, the 27 of Don Garrettson. So far it has been all Derek Ramirez, though, up front in 4. Derek Ramirez from inside of the front row is dominating here in this one. It'll be Ramirez, Stormy Scott, Kate Dillard, Don Garrettson, Jason Crone. And it's Travis Sauer and Zane DeValbus. There goes Crone. He'll take a look to the inside of Garrettson. He'll take 4th and 7. Jason Crone now to the inside of the 7K. He'll take that 4th spot down the back straight away. Ramirez is dominating. Derek Ramirez not been challenged here up front in 4. Derek Ramirez by now 10 car lengths. Kate Dillard still working on the back bumper of Stormy Scott's 2. Good battle here for that runner-up spot with a couple to go. This time by for Ramirez, your lease in 4. Down the front straightaway, this time by the white flag will be out. Woodward, Oklahoma's Derek Ramirez has led this whole thing with 1 to go. St. Elvis off the pace. He will head back pit side a lap before this thing is in the books. Into turn 3 and out of turn 4. Your opening USMTS heat race goes to Derek Ramirez in 4. Heat race number 1. Third spot will go to Kate Dillard in a 97. Second will go to Stormy Scott in 2. And picking up the win, he's out of Woodward, Oklahoma with a Boom Test Well Drilling, Midwest Refrigeration, and Ramirez Motorsports 4R. Give him a hand. Derek Ramirez wins heat race number 1. Heat number 2 rolling off turn number 4. Starting lineup of this 8-lapper will look like this. R.C. Whitwell, he'll be your pole sitter. Out of Tucson, Arizona, the 96. And John Tesh will go to his outside. Tesh out of Watertown, South Dakota in 14. Row 2 inside will be Chris Clark out of Jackson, Wyoming in 8C. And Jake Tim out of Winona, Minnesota in 49. Row 3 inside will be Jake O'Neill out of Tucson, Arizona in the 2T. And last night's winner, Rodney Sanders out of Happy, Texas in 20. And your final starter in this one, keep your eye on the Reaper, Ryan Gustin at the back of the field. He's out of Marshalltown, Iowa in 19R. 7 cars, 8 laps. R.C. Whitwell leads us to the green, this time by in 96. R.C. Whitwell, John Tesh will drag race down the back straightaway. Rodney Sanders going to go 3 wide. Down the back straightaway, he'll split Jake O'Neill and Jake Tim down the back chute. Sanders going to move to that. Third spot, a little contact between the Jakes. Down the front straightaway, though, John Tesh will lead in 14. Tesh in 14, Whitwell in 96, Sanders in 20. John Tesh, a previous USMTS winner here back in 2007. He knows how to get around this joint. Rodney Sanders very well knows how to get around this joint. He's won 3 USMTS events here in that 20. Tesh, Sanders, Whitwell, O'Neill, Gustin, the top 5. R.C. Whitwell not letting Rodney Sanders go that easily. Down the back straightaway, they'll be side by side here for that second spot. John Tesh continues to lead up front in 14. John Tesh in 14. R.C. Whitwell taking second back from Sanders. Rodney that third spot. The 2 of Jake O'Neill, the 19 of Ryan Gustin continue to battle. Gustin going to move by to the 19. He'll take the 4th spot. Jake O'Neill going to cross him back over in 2. Halfway through heat race number 2, it's all John Tesh so far. Tesh in 14, Whitwell in 96, Sanders in 20. And it's Gustin in 19, O'Neill in 2. Jake Tim in 49 and Chris Clark in 8. That's your running order here in heat race number 2. Down the back straightaway one more time. John Tesh in control in 14. Tesh in 14, Whitwell in 96, Sanders in 20. Gustin now on the move. Here comes the Reaper. Ryan Gustin again down to the bottom of the racetrack. He'll take a look to the inside of Sanders in 20. John Tesh here had a bigger lead. R.C. Whitwell beginning to run him down here as we get set to come to the white flag. You may have a battle for the lead yet. Tesh in 14 sees the white flag. Whitwell is there. Down the back straightaway, the top 4 have tightened up just a bit into turn number 3. Final time, John Tesh hits the cushion one more time. Off turn number 4, heat race number 2. Your winner, John Tesh in 14. There it is, heat race number 2, a good one there. Rodney Sanders will be 3rd in 20. R.C. Whitwell 2nd in the 96. And your winner comes to you out of Watertown, the B&E Electric Sports Racing Engines 14. How about it for John Tesh? One more heat to go here in this one. Kurt Myers will be your pole sitter out of Cameron, Wisconsin in the 1M. He'll start on the inside of the front row, and Zach Vanderbeek will go to his outside of the New Sharon, Iowa in 33Z. Row 2 inside will be Ricky Thornton Jr. He's out of Chandler, Arizona. He'll start third in a 20 RT. And Jason Hughes will go to his outside out of Watts, Oklahoma in 12. Final row inside will be Adam Cates out of Tonganoxie, Kansas in the 23, and Corey Crapser will be your sixth and final starter. He's out of Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin in the 07. 6 cars, 8 laps. So we need Ricky Thornton Jr. There we go, down to the inside. That's the correct lineup. Kurt Myers, Cameron, Wisconsin racer in the Snickers 1M car, pacing us to the green. 8 trips around. Here comes heat number 3. Kurt Myers, Zach Vanderbeek down the back straightaway. Let's see. Vanderbeek will push off the racetrack, goes the 12. Zach Vanderbeek all the way to the tail. The Z-Man with trouble off turn number 2. Myers will lead. Kurt Myers will show the way down the front straightaway in a 1M car. Zach's got some work to do now in 33. Down the back straightaway, it's Myers in 1M. Ricky Thornton Jr. has come to second in 20 RT. Then it's Hughes, Crapser, Cates, and Vanderbeek. Kurt Myers in the 1M car had some trouble early in action, and Ricky Thornton Jr.'s off the speedway in 20 RT. Ricky Thornton Jr. drove off the end of turns 3 and 4, and the caution is out. Boy, you saw Zach Vanderbeek go off the banking in turn number 2 on the opening lap, and now second running Ricky Thornton Jr. does the same thing. So it'll be Kurt Myers' race to start. Next time by Hughes and Crapser in row 2. And it'll be Adam Cates, Zach Vanderbeek, and Thornton Jr. to the tail. Ricky Thornton Jr. finished second in this event 1 year ago. Of course, Cade Dillard, the winner last year. Thornton ran second in 20 RT. He's got some work to do here from the tail. Let's see what he does. Your race leader, Kurt Myers, bringing us back to green in 1M. Down the back straightaway, Kurt Myers again will take that lead. Corey Crapser being shuffled backwards in 07. He and Jason Hughes close quarters there. Down the back straightaway on the restart. Adam Cates will come from the tail. He's up to third now in 23, but Myers will lead in 1. Down the back straightaway, Kurt Myers, Jason Hughes, now Crapser rebounding in 07. Corey Crapser has raced his way back up to the third spot here in the 07. Hughes, meanwhile, coming after your race leader, Kurt Myers in 1M. Kurt Myers in 1M, Jason Hughes in 12, and Corey Crapser in 07. Still the top 3. Thornton trying to fight from the tail as well. Ricky Thornton Jr. now to the 4th spot of the 20 RT. And again, he's going to drive off the end. Thornton with more trouble. Ricky Thornton Jr. living awfully dangerously up there. He's going to go to the pits in 20 RT. Oh boy, Ricky Thornton Jr. just misjudging the corner. And off the speedway he went. We'll continue on without him. 6 laps in the books, this time by 2 to go. Kurt Myers in 1M has led this whole thing down the back straightaway. Jason Hughes will try to run after him here as a white flag will be displayed. Adam Cates now with trouble on the back straightaway in 23. Out comes the white flag with a 1 to go. Down the back straightaway for the final time here, your race long leader. He'll work his way to turn number 3, picking up a big heat race win off turn number 4. Your winner, Kurt Myers in 1M. That will do it. Heat race number 3, an entertaining one. Third will go to Jason Hughes with trouble on the right rear on the last lap in 12. Corey Crapser will battle back to the 2nd spot in the 07. And picking up the win, he's out of Cameron, Wisconsin. A big win for the driver out of Wisconsin. The Buzz Signs and Graphics, Casey's General Store, S&T Fab Shop, TL Sims Plumbing, Bilstein Shocks, Gator Fabs, Putz Racing Engine, CRC Motorsports, Jenkins Realty, Carissa Myers, and Snickers. Sponsored 1M. Give him a hand. Kurt Myers wins heat race number 3. So Myers, Ramirez, and Tesh tonight's 3 USMTS heat race winners.
A reminder, fans, that tonight's feature order is a little different than usual. We will start with B-Mods, then Stock Cars, then your USMTS main, then the Sportsman and Hobby Stocks. That will be the order. So, B-Mods to staging. Attention infield. B-Mods to staging. As the crews continue to work on their cars, drivers feverishly getting into them. Let's look at the starting lineup tonight for this B-modified feature that's 20 laps in distance. Last night's A-Main winner at the Nobles County Speedway at the Ironman Challenge event over there will line up on the pole position. That was his third Ironman win of 2017. From Hastings, Minnesota, the 85 Ben Maudry. And on the outside of your front row, from Hartford, South Dakota, it's Tim Dan in car number 40. Row number 2, the 28 of Andy Bryant, has 2 Ironman wins, 4th in the Ironman standings from Fort Scott, Kansas on the inside. Outside the 16, Dan Hovden out of Decorah, Iowa. He's currently number 3 in the Ironman standings with 3 Ironman wins. Row 3, 06W Ryan Walker of Laverne, Minnesota. Maya Christensen on the outside, 782 from Sioux Falls. Row number 4 out of Rock Rapids, Derek Van Veldhuizen in the 20 and the 21K, Dave Kennedy of Sioux Falls. 5th row is made up of the 70 of Nick Van Bell from Laverne and the 19 of Tracy Johnson from Lake Preston. Row number 6 will be Chris Huseman from Rock Rapids, Iowa, and Cole Denner from New Hampton, Iowa in the 02. Denner, the Ironman points leader. Coulter Dykes from Canaranzi, Minnesota is inside row number 7, the 13th starter, and the 14th starter, Tyler Tesh from Lennox in the 22T. Row number 8, Jeff Whitrock of Sioux Falls in the 77, and Tyler Tesh from Lennox in the 21T. The 9th row has Devin Schlumbum from Sioux Falls on the inside, outside from Melvin, Iowa, Eric Clancy in the 22C. Doug Hoppy from Hull, Iowa is in the inside row 10 in the 17H. Gary Bukins of Sioux Falls on his outside in the 12. Row 11, Lyndon Johnson of Montrose and Caleb Motter from George, Iowa in the 8M. Row 12, Kurt Allers in the 15A of Flandreau. Jared Timmerman in the 7 Plus from Norwalk, Iowa. And your 25th final starter, Tyler Johnson from Montrose in the 91. 20 laps on tonight's Outpace Ironman, a feature event here at the Rapid Speedway. I promised you tonight was going to move fast, didn't I? It's 8:27 and there's a feature on the track already. And I don't think anybody cares. Community Oil Company of Rock Valley, Iowa brings you tonight's racing, and hello to them in the VIP over there. They have Cenex brand bulk fuel and oils, tank wagon service for gas, diesel, propane, and more, plus propane service work and new installations. And don't forget about the convenience store located right there in Rock Valley. A big thank you to Community Oil Company of Rock Valley bringing us tonight's season championship event featuring the United States Modified Touring Series. 20 times around in tonight's Outpace Ironman Challenge event here tonight at the Rapid Speedway. The field is set to go. The Rapid Speedway pace vehicle makes the left-hand turn on the back straightaway. Ben Modry in the 85 got the win last night, sets the pace with Tim Dan side by side on row number 1. The Ironman Challenge at Rapid Speedway is underway. Car off the pace deep in the field, the 22T Tyler Tesh off the top side of turn number 2. Battle for the race lead off the fourth turn, but now the yellow flag is out over Rapid Speedway. Tyler Tesh, the 22T, with trouble. And off the pace on the outside of turns 1 and 2, the driver who started 14th draws the caution. 1 lap down, 19 laps to go in tonight's Outpace Ironman event for the USRA B Modifieds. Ben Modry, your early race leader in the 85, with Andy Bryant in second and Dan Hoved in third. Tim Dan and Jeremiah Christensen completing the top 5. Dan in the 40, Maya Christensen, 782. Ryan Walker currently 6th. Derek Van Veldhuizen 7th. Dave Kennedy, Cole Denner, and Tracy Johnson, the unofficial top 10 with 1 lap down and 19 trips around Rapid Speedway remaining in this A feature. Tonight, the season championship event here at Rapid Speedway, but the next event on the schedule coming up September 15th and September 16th, the Rapid Speedway Nationals. September 15th, featuring the Property Solutions of America Midwest Sprint Touring Series. So the 360 sprints coming back here on September 15th. Also in competition on that Friday night will be the Sportsman, the USRA Hobby Stocks, USRA B Modifieds, USRA Stock Cars, and the late model street stocks of the Tailgaters Bar and Grill Series. Night 2 of the Rapid Nationals on the 16th, Sportsman, Hobby Stocks, B-Mods, and Stock Cars. That's September 15th and 16th right here at the Rapid Speedway. The number 19 of Tracy Johnson has been instructed by the USRA officials to stop on the back straightaway. They're going to inspect some quarter panel damage on that car. If it's okay, he will continue on in his previous position. Things moving along so quickly here tonight, just thought I'd better look at my phone and see if Joel Viss or Jay Kelly has sent me any football updates. But they haven't. So it sounds like the 19 of Tracy Johnson about ready to rejoin the field. Car stalled back there, needs a little push after that inspection. Again, no break in tonight's racing. Hey, just like that, ask and you'll receive. Football update. West Lyon by a lot. 41-0 at half.
They're going to put it to them. West Lyon doesn't let up. They'll fucking put the cleats in there.
That's like going to a race and you end up having a one-on-one and it's an outlaw sprint car versus I don't even know. Go-kart? Ouch. All right, enough football. Let's talk racing. Here we go. Ben Maudry will set the pace of the Delaware double-style restart here. 19 laps to go on this one. Can he make it 2 nights in a row? The Hastings, Minnesota driver certainly wants to do so. Pace picks up, green flag waves. Here comes Andy Bryant with a head of steam on the inside of the track. On the outside, the 16D Dan Hopeton. There go door to door into turn number 3, racing for the second spot behind Maudry. Now mounting the run on the inside. Here comes Maya Christensen. Yellow is out. Maya Christensen doing the locals proud. The 782 making some moves in the top 5, looking to take the 4th spot there and was looking for more. Christensen, the 2015 champion here at Rapid Speedway in the B-modified division. You can see the debris on the back straightaway. They call for the caution. Still 1 lap down. You can see the officials working with the receiver communication system, the one-way radio that they're talking to these drivers. Getting everybody lined up deep in the field, including getting the 7+ of Jared Timmerman in front of the 12 of Gary Bukins. Now everyone will get doubled up and we'll get set to go next time around. Caution lights remain on as the 22T of Tyler Tesh is in the Lyon County Chiropractic Adjustment area. Whenever you're in Rock Valley or in that area, stop by the Community Oil Company's convenience store there in Rock Valley, Iowa. And for all of your Cenex brand bulk fuel and oil needs, give them a call. Community Oil Company in Rock Valley. Proud to bring you tonight's season championship event at Rapid Speedway. Jeff Whitrock in the 77 joining the tail of the field as well. Still a long ways from the checkered as the 85 of Ben Maudry brings us back to the green, and we're underway. Bryant in second, Hoveton runs in third. Into the top 5 and trying to get more is the 20 of Derek Van Veldhuizen. Three laps down, 17 laps to go. Maudry, Bryant, Hoveton, Van Veldhuizen, and Christensen to the top 5. Now Christensen up to 4th. Big battle going on right now between the 0-2 of Cole Denner in 6th and the 5 of Coulter Deitch in 7th. Just in front of the 19 of Tracy Johnson, who runs 8th, followed by Ryan Walker and Dave Kennedy in the top 10. trouble. Turn number 1, a do-si-do of a couple of cars going around. Now 2 more cars join that, and the yellow comes out. Several cars involved over there. Doug Hoppy in the 17H. The 8M of Caleb Motter also. And then it looks like the 12 of Gary Bukins and 77 of Jeff Whitrock having trouble.
Hi there.
Hi, Donna.
Hi.
Donna has a delicious Pizza Ranch pizza here. What kind of pizza's in there, Donna?
Pepperoni.
Pepperoni pizza.
It's for the fan of the stand.
All right, Donna, I'm going to put the pressure on you.
Oh, God.
You're going to go find us our Pizza Ranch fan of the night in the stands.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you. And you can do it right now, as this pizza, you can't get any more fresh than this pizza that is right here. All right, who wants to have Donna come their way with this delicious pepperoni pizza from the Pizza Ranch? Tonight's featured fan of the night going to pick up this free pizza from Pizza Ranch. Oh, we're going right here. Are we going to the young man in the Brandon Valley Lynx shirt? Nice shirt. What's your name, buddy? What's your name? Aiden's going to be our Pizza Ranch fan of the night. The Lynx way, respectful, kind, responsible, and learned to be safe. We're Brandon Valley. What school do you go to in Brandon? Brandon Elementary? What grade are you in?
Second.
Has Hayden Neisted ever kicked your butt?
What?
Good answer. My son's never beat him up. That's good. Well, congratulations, our Pizza Ranch fan of the night, getting the pizza here in the stands. Donna, thank you. Did I embarrass you, Donna? Just a little? Five laps down, 15 to go. In tonight's Outpace Ironman feature event. Green flag next time around. That Pizza Ranch pizza smells good. You can get your own Pizza Ranch pizza right now at the concession stand. They'll have that through the night. On the track, ready to go. 15 laps remain in the USRA B Modified Outpace Ironman A feature. Hovden into the second spot in the 16D. Bryant will slide back to third. Maya Christensen and Van Veldhuizen race for fourth and fifth. Jeremiah Christensen trying to get things going on the inside with the Speedway, running in the fourth spot. Now the 28 of Andy Bryant goes to the bottom as well. Sneaking in or towards the top five is Coulter Deitch in the 5 car and the 02 of Cole Denner. They run into turn number 1, side by side. Denner on the bottom, Deitch on the high line. That's the battle for 6. Denner has it now. Deitch will switch lines, takes a peek to the inside of Denner. Can't get there. Here comes Ryan Walker to the back bumper of Coulter Deitch. Top runners all choosing the bottom line around the Rapids Speedway. Closest battle right now is for 5th as the 0-2 of Cole Denner peeks to the inside of the 20 of Derek Van Veldhuizen. Van Veldhuizen holds on to that spot. Back into turn number 1 they go. Now Denner on the move, on the bottom. Denner looking to get into the top 5 in the 0-2. Van Veldhuizen battles back on the high line as the leaders come to the crossed flags and halfway in tonight's A main. The halfway point is Ben Modry, your leader. Dan Hopeton, Andy Bryant, Jeremiah Christensen, and Cole Denner. The top 5, Derek Van Veldhuizen, Coulter Deitch, Ryan Walker, and Tracy Johnson, and Nick Van Vell, the top 10. Now 9 laps to go. The lead out to 1.1 seconds for Ben Modry over Dan Hopeton. Then Andy Bryant. Now trouble in turn number 1. Couple of cars going around, a couple others making contact, and now chaos ensues over there in turns 1 and 2. Derek Van Veldhuizen in the number 20 machine went by the start-finish line in 6th and then lost traction in turns 1 and 2 and goes around. Under the Ironman Challenge Series rules, he is the cause of the caution. He goes to the tail. Anyone else who does not need a time in the Lyon County Chiropractic work area will be allowed to go back to their previous running position. So keep that tonight in mind. You may see a few procedures a little different than the weekly racing series here at Rapid Speedway. But tonight, a challenge series event, so a couple little tweaks to the rules, some very small differences in the rules between Rapid Speedway's weekly racing and the Ironman Challenge events that make their way around the region and around the nation. $11 laps counted in this feature event. Van Veldhuizen will leave the Lyon County Chiropractic Adjustment Area. Caution lights about to extinguish. And ready to go in turn number 4. Double file, ready to go. A couple brothers-in-law, Coulter Deitch and Ryan Walker, side by side just outside the top 5 as the green flag waves. Here comes Andy Bryant. He catches too much cushion, and through the middle, the 0-2 of Cole Denner is on the move. Now, big-time trouble deeper in the field, and that's going to draw another caution. Boy, Cole Denner did not want to see that caution come out in car number 0-2. He was making a run well into the top 5. Keep in mind, that 0-2 machine you see running through turn number 3 right now started 12th in this feature. So Denner on the move, the driver out of New Hampton, Iowa, showing Rapid Speedway why he is the current series points leader for the Ironman Challenge. Yet to go to victory lane this year with the Ironman Challenge Series, however. So still about 11 laps down in tonight's B-Mod feature. Talked about how good that Pizza Ranch pizza smelled over here in the section just to the left. Now you can get your Pizza Ranch pizza on sale at the concession stand. Just $2 a slice. So deal right now, Pizza Ranch pizza at the concession stand. We go green once again in the B-Mod main. Cars stacking up on the edge of the top 5. Ryan Walker dips off the racetrack, able to get back on, but not before he loses a spot to Dave Kennedy. Now sparks fly within the top 5 as we put another lap into the books. Here comes the 0-2 of Cole Denner. He has 4th. He's looking for 3rd. He has it now into turn 3. Hovden battling back on the inside. White flag coming out. Final time down the back straightaway and into turn number 3. He went to victory lane last night at the Nobles County Speedway. He'll do it again tonight here in Lyon County. Your winner is the 85 Ben Maudry. Checkered flags wave in tonight's Outpace Ironman Challenge Series A feature event. The 85 Ben Maudry gets the victory, leading all laps tonight. Second place going to the 28 of Andy Bryant. The 0-2 of Cole Denner comes from 12th to finish 3rd. Dan Hovden 4th, and Ryan Walker in the 0-6W. A good run for the Laverne driver, finishing in the top 5. Maya Christensen 6th, Dave Kennedy 7th, Tracy Johnson 8th, 9th place 63 Chris Huseman, and Coulter Deitch 10th in tonight's main event. Next up, your Ironman Challenge Series event for the USRA stock cars. This is your starting lineup. On the pole position from Ocheyedan, Iowa, the 66Z of Elijah Ziebenbergen. On the outside from Little Rock, 34K Colby Clausen. Row 2 from Laverne, the 40 of Scott Overgaard. And from Sibley, 04, Roger Verdorn. Row 3, 16J John DeBoer of Little Rock, and 45, Dustin Gulbronson of Sioux Falls. Row number 4, 32, Derek Green of Grenada, Minnesota, and the 02 of Ron Prince from Worthington, Minnesota. 5th row, 84L Al Lang of Pipestone, and your 10th starter is Steve Jackson in the 2J from Polk City, Iowa. Row 6, Rich Gregoire from Russell, Minnesota, and Jesse Brown in the 11 on the outside starts 12th. Row number 7 from Laverne, Marlon Kroc in the 19, Spencer Callis in the 20K, also of Laverne on his outside. Row number 8, Matt Lang from Pipestone, and 22E Eric Gall from Rushmore. Row 9, Glenn Winia, the 36 from Sioux Center, and the 14 of Todd Staley from Webster City. And row number 10, Mark Vandentop from Rock Rapids, and 31, Ed DeLong. That's the starting lineup, the distance 20 times around Rapid Speedway for tonight's Outpace, or make that Holly Ironman Challenge event for the Precision Auto Body USRA stock cars. stock cars in the nation right here tonight at Rapid Speedway. Fans, to your feet. Let's salute these drivers. The Holly Challenge Ironman Challenge Series here tonight in Lyon County, ready to do battle 20 times around. Elijah Siebenbergen, Colby Clausen, Scott Overgaard, Roger Verdorn, John DeBoer, Dustin Gilbronson, Derek Green, Ron Prinz, Al Lang, Steve Jackson, Rich Gregoire, Jesse Brown, Marlon Kroc, Spencer Collis, Matt Lang, Eric Gall, Glenn Winia, Todd Staley, Mark Van de Top, Ed DeLong, ready to go 20 times around. We're green in the Holly Ironman Challenge stock car feature. Colby Clausen hangs tough with Elijah Siebenbergen down the back straightaway. Siebenbergen on the inside, Clausen on the top shelf. Through 3 and 4 they go, racing for the lead. Off of turn number 4, Siebenbergen has the point. Clausen trying to get a run to the outside of Siebenbergen, can't get there off of turn number 2. Siebenbergen leads down the back straightaway. Clausen in second, Verdorn in third. Dustin Gilbronson runs fourth ahead of Overgaard in the 40. Here comes the 0-2 of Ron Prinz to the inside of the 16J of John DeBoer. Todd Staley gets in a tussle over there with the Langs over in turn number 2. Everyone continues on clean and green. We were talking about Ron Prinz on the move. Now the 0-2 goes to the infield. His race is over. Prinz off of the racing surface. Second place car sideways in turn number 4. Clausen all over the steering wheel. He'll collect it up. But Colby Clausen goes from position number 2 to position 7, where they're 3 wide for the position off of turn number 2. Derek Green on the inside now of the 16J of John DeBoer. Derek Green in the 32, charging forward from deeper in the field, started 7th on the main here tonight. Yellow is out, 5 laps down. 15 to go in tonight's Holly Ironman Challenge event for the Precision Auto Body USRA stock cars. The caution flag over the speedway erases a 3.6 second lead that Elijah Siebenbergen had charged out to over the 0-4 of Roger Verdorn. Dustin Gilbronson, will see him battle for a championship in the hobby stock class later tonight. He runs 3rd in the 45. Scott Overgaard is 4th, and into the top 5 now, Derek Green in car number 32. Green sits number 2 in the Ironman Challenge point standings. 2 Ironman victories to the driver out of Grenada, Minnesota in that 32 machine, so keep an eye on him. He's cracked the top 5 and looking for more coming up on the restart. So everyone will get lined up behind your race leader, Elijah Siebenbergen. If you didn't catch it earlier tonight, Siebenbergen, an astonishing 10 feature wins this season here at the Rapid Speedway. I can't overstate that, how impressive that is. Siebenbergen been to victory lane 10 times. Only 4 other drivers have won at Rapid Speedway this entire season. Marlon Kroc, Eric Gall, Randy Brands, and Scott Overgaard, all with victories, 1 each. Three wide for the second spot, but it's truly a 4-car battle for position number 2. Overguard on the bottom, but here comes Derek Green, slices through him, and he'll grab the second spot in the 32. Now, who is quicker in the clean air, Zevenbergen or Green? Zevenbergen trailed by 1 second. Last time by the stripe, he's trying to chase down Elijah off of turn number 4. That last lap, Derek Green just a touch quicker than Elijah Zevenbergen, cut it down to 0.9 of a second. Looks like he's gaining ground again through 3 and 4. Nearly identical lap times that time for the top 2 drivers. Meanwhile, Roger Bedorn runs in position 3. Dustin Gobronson now 4th as a caution is coming out. Debris on the racetrack. Yellow is out. Officials with the United States Racing Association spotting debris on the racing surface. Yellow comes out. 8 laps down in the Challenge Holly Ironman Challenge event for the Precision Auto Body Stock cars. Going to get interesting right here. Derek Green has charged from 7th to 2nd. He chooses the high line for the restart. Zevenbergen sets the pace. Here we go. 8 laps in to the stock car main. Top 2 once again break away. Verdorn and Overguard race for 3rd. Overguard finds the cushion. Verdorn slides up and gets a big old love tap from Spencer Callis in the 20K. Green now all over Zevenbergen off of turn number 2. Zevenbergen a little quicker down the back straightaway and into turn number 3. Glenn Winia with trouble, slides to the inside of turn number 2. Green flag remains over the speedway. Halfway home, 10 laps down, 10 laps to go. Green goes to the inside in turn number 3. Zevenbergen on the cushion. Green will trank it off of turn number 4, but can't pick up any ground. Diamond to turn number 2. Now the move of choice for Derek Green, but he's losing ground to your race leader, Elijah Zevenbergen. Meanwhile, Rich Gregoire slicing through the field. He's up to the 6th spot in the 32X. The lead for Elijah Zevenbergen out to a half second over Derek Green, last time by the stripe. That lead grows that time by 1/10 of a second now to 6/10. However, the 36 of Glenn Winia on the leader's line. Zevenbergen has to go to the bottom in turn number 3. He'll slide up and clear the 36 of Winia, but can Green get a better run off of turn number 4? Green was able to take 2/10 of a second off of Zevenbergen's lead that time by the line, but right there, you see the momentum of the 66Z carries him back out to a healthy lead off of turn number 2. They race off of turn number 4 as Winia goes pit side. Spencer Callis to the inside of the 04 of Roger Verdorn. That's a race for 4th on the racetrack. Two of the best dirt track stock car racers out front in this USRA stock car Holly Ironman Challenge event. Elijah Zevenbergen and Derek Green. Nearly 3/4 of a straight straightaway from second back to third place running Scott Overgaard. Now big slide job deep in the field, the 14 of Todd Staley, who has climbed up to the 7th spot on the racetrack on the move. A tip of the cap to Staley, who started 18th on the field and is now well within the top 10. Oh, trouble, turn number 1, a car going around, and the yellow is out. Yellow, yellow, yellow over the speedway. So yellow flag coming out over the racetrack late in the go here tonight. It appears there will be a green, white checkered dash to the finish now. 18 laps down, 2 laps to go. Caution for Al Lang in the 84L. So let's give some credit where it's due right now while we have a chance. We've talked about Derek Green from 7th up to 2nd. Spencer Callis in the 20K from 14th up to 4th. Rich Gregoire in the 32X started 11th. He's up to 4th. As the 40 of Scott Overgaard has pulled on the back stretch. He was 3rd in the running order. So Gregoire up to 4th, Callis up to 3rd. And by the way, Todd Staley in that number 14 started 18th. He's 9th. Make that 8th. So plenty of passing going on tonight in this Howley Ironman Challenge event for the Precision Auto Body USRA stock cars. If you're just joining us from the football game, good news, plenty of racing still to come your way. You've got 2 laps to go on this stock car feature. The USMTS main event is up next, and then we'll come back with the Sportsman and Hobby feature to conclude the night. Ready to go. Does anyone have anything for Elijah Zevenbergen? They've got just 2 trips around the track to do it. Back to green. Zevenbergen with the bobble. Here comes Green to his inside. Gets 3/4 of the way alongside of him, but no more. Into turn 3 they go. Green on the bottom. Slide job. No, he'll keep it on the bottom. Zevenbergen on the top. To the white flag they go. Zevenbergen has it at the white. Pitches the car sideways, gets the run down the hill. Can't get to the back bumper of the Z Machine. Into turn 3, final time. Derek Green not lifting at all, but he won't get there. Elijah Zevenbergen will be victorious. Well, that was a good one. Your winner will be the 66Z Elijah Zevenbergen. Derek Green gives it a valiant effort. He'll finish 2nd. 3rd place, 32X, Rich Gregoire. Gregoire again started 11th, finishing 4th from 18th. Todd Staley in the 14. John DeBoer is 5th. Steve Jackson 6th. Colby Clausen 7th. Marlon Kroc 8th. Roger Verdorn and Spencer Callis, your top 10 in tonight's Howley Ironman Challenge event for the Precision Auto Body USRA stock cars. That was a good one, but that's just the warm-up. Tonight's main event coming up next. But remember, we've got 2 features after the modifieds, the Sportsman and Hobbies coming up. But let's get set to go. Chris will have the call for tonight's United States Modified Touring Series A feature event.
All right, thank you very much. Modifieds getting set to roll onto the speedway. 3,000 to win, 40 laps for the United States Modified Touring Series tonight. Here will be your starting lineup. R.C. Whitwell out of Tucson, Arizona is drawing the pole. He'll start on the inside of the front row in the 96. And Kurt Myers out of Cameron, Wisconsin will go to the outside in 1M. Row 2 inside will be last night's winner, Rodney Sanders out of Happy, Texas in 20. And Derek Ramirez out of Woodward, Oklahoma in 4R. Row 3 inside will be John Tesh out of Watertown in the 14. And at his outside, you'll find the 07 of Corey Krapser out of Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. Next row back inside will be Stormy Scott out of Las Cruces, New Mexico in 2. And Jason Hughes out of Watts, Oklahoma in 12. Next row inside will be Ryan Gustin out of Marshalltown, Iowa in the 19R. And Kate Dillard out of Robeline, Louisiana in 97. Starting 11th will be Jason Crone out of Slayton, Minnesota in 7K. And Zach Vanderbeek out of New Sharon, Iowa in 33Z. Starting 13th will be Don Garrettson Jr. of Rock Rapids in the 27. And Jake O'Neill out of Tucson, Arizona in 2T. Then it'll be Adam Cates out of Tonganoxie, Kansas. He'll start 15th in the 23. And Travis Sauer out of Elizabeth, Minnesota will start 16th in 1S. 17th will be Jake Tim out of Winona, Minnesota in the 49. And Ricky Thornton Jr. will start 18th in 20 RTs out of Chandler, Arizona. And your final row to the inside schedule will be Zane DeVelbus out of Farmington, New Mexico in 18Z. And Chris Clark out of Jackson, Wyoming in 8C. 20 cars, 40 laps, $3,000 to win. R.C. Whitwell and Kurt Myers will pace the field. Whitwell picked up his first ever USMTS modified victory earlier this year at the Caney Valley Speedway in Caney, Kansas. And Kurt Myers has never gone to USMTS victory lane so far in his career. Still working on making sure the lineup is good, and then we'll get set and turn these guys loose. R.C. Whitwell in the 96 and Kurt Myers in the 1M. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you can see the one to go from the flag stand, ready to go. R.C. Whitwell and Kurt Myers will turn them loose next time by. Whitwell in 96, Myers in 1M, chasing $3,000 here tonight. Rancho Milagro Bonus Bucks program on again tonight. Remember, any driver qualifying through all 3 regions gets a $2,000 bonus. Through 2 regions, it's a $2,000 bonus for the 3 regions, $1,500 for the 2, and a $1,000 bonus if they qualified for the hunt through 1 region. Here we go. Caution lights have gone down. R.C. Whitwell bringing us to green this time by in 96. Under green we are. Whitwell will take the lead. Myers going to slide back a couple of spots in the 1M. Rodney Sanders with a good start in 20. Sanders will take a look at your leader. Whitwell's off the banking in 96. Heads up RC. Down the front straightaway, Rodney Sanders will take the lead. Whitwell back on the speedway. He will drop back outside of the top 10, however. Down the back straightaway, Whitwell, Crone, O'Neill, and Vanderbeek were 4 wide there for a second, but Rodney Sanders stealing the lead in 20. Sanders in 20, Vanderbeek looking to the inside of Whitwell now, trying to hang out in the top 10 if we circle back through. So far, so good for Rodney Sanders. Derek Ramirez having a great run in 4. And it'll be the 1M of Kurt Myers. He's raced his way back into the top 3. John Tesh is 4. Stormy Scott is 5. Battle for the lead. Here comes Ramirez. Derek Ramirez taking a look to the outside now of Rodney Sanders for the race lead. Then it's Myers, Tesh, Stormy. Still the top 5. Heads up. Trouble over here in turn number 1. Ricky Thornton Jr., Jake O'Neill, Travis Sauer, and Jake Tim involved. So a 4-car crash here in turn number 1 will slow the action on lap number 3. Rodney Sanders in 20, looking to go back-to-back here as he won last night at Nobles County. Sanders picked up $3,000 last night in Worthington, going after another 3 here tonight. Rodney with 3 career USMTS victories here in Rock Rapids throughout his career. Sanders in 20. Derek Ramirez having a great showing so far. Derek, a heat race winner earlier tonight, running a solid second in a 4. The 1M of Kurt Myers will line up side by side for the second row. Then it'll be John Tesh in 14, Stormy Scott in 2, Corey Krapser in 07, and Cade Dillard in the 97. Then you'll have Hughes and Whitwell. A great piece of driving for Whitwell after he got over the banking. He slipped back to 11th, but he'll try to race his way back through. He's already back up to 9th. All right, Rodney Sanders will see the 1-to-go signal this time by Sanders. Last night won his 78th career USMTS modified win. He is 4th on the all-time win list. Kelly Shryock, Jason Hughes, Ryan Gustin, and Sanders. The top 4 on the all-time win list. Sanders looking for career win 79 tonight. Here we go. Pace truck will slide off the speedway, and Rodney Sanders will fire somewhere between turns 3 and 4. We'll get this thing back underway here. We've got 3 laps in, 37 to go for the Rocket in 20. Rodney Sanders again will go back to the lead. Kurt Myers will take a look down to the inside of Derek Ramirez for the second spot. Down the back straightaway, Derek will fight back to that second spot. He'll go back to the cushion in 4. Myers will slide into 3rd. Stormy Scott will move by John Tesh to 4th. Cade Dillard going to get to the top 5 now. He's going to work to the out for the Tesh. They're side by side. John Tesh will hang on to the 4th spot here. 5th spot now down the back straightaway. Dillard again will take a look to the outside in 97. Rodney Sanders, meanwhile, at the front of the field, still leading. Derek Ramirez sniffing around the top. Here comes Derek. Derek Ramirez trying to use the momentum up to the top side. You may have a new race leader. There goes Ramirez. Derek Ramirez down the back chute. Rodney Sanders on the inside. Let's see if that momentum will carry him to the lead off turn number 4. Door to door. Ramirez will lead in 4. Derek Ramirez, your new leader in 4R. Rodney Sanders is second. Then it's Myers. Dillard now. Cade Dillard gone by Stormy Scott to the 4th spot. He's working on Kurt Myers here for 3rd. Dillard on the move. Cade Dillard, Kurt Myers, and Stormy Scott, the best battle on the speedway now. That's for the 3rd spot. Myers able to hang on to it. Derek Ramirez still showing the way. Rodney Sanders a solid second. Then it's Myers, Dillard, Stormy. John Tesh is 6th. Corey Krapser taking a look to his inside in 07. Down the front straightaway will still continue to race hard. We've got one up and over the banking in turn number 4. The yellow is out. Caution is out here. We've got a car off the back straightaway, or off turn number 4, we should say. Slid over the banking in turn 3 and rolled to a halt. So it looks like Garrettson back onto the speedway here in 27. We have lost the 23 of Adam Cates. Cates went pit side under this caution, so his night will be done. Derek Ramirez out front in 4. He's had a great night so far. Caution lights will be out right now. Derek Ramirez will get set to lead us next time. We'll give him one to go at the flag stand here as they line up at the tail now being shuffled. It'll be Ramirez in 4th. Given the 1 to go, we've got 8 laps in, 32 to go. Derek Ramirez out of Woodward, Oklahoma. He's got 4 career USMTS modified victories, but it has been a while. He would love to get to victory lane here tonight, sitting up front in 4R. Back onto the speedway, Don Garrettson Jr. He will tag the tail in 27. Derek Ramirez will bring us back to green this time by, as we said, still 32 to go. Ramirez again will go to the race lead in the 4 car. We've got good racing down the back straightaway. Crapser with a run. Corey Crapser, a great run down to the inside of Stormy Scott. Going to try to take that 5th spot away in the 07, but Ramirez continues to lead in 4. Eric Ramirez, Rodney Sanders, Kurt Myers, Kate Dillard, and now Crapser. Corey Crapser to the inside of Stormy Scott. So we told you earlier tonight, this speedway, the site of Corey Crapser's only career USMTS victory 2 years ago. Trying to get back into the top 5. Stormy Scott just took it back away in 2. Scott and Crapser side by side. Dillard and Myers side by side. Good third place battle here down the back straightaway. Meanwhile, Derek Ramirez continues to lead in 4. Out comes the caution here one more time in your modified A main 2T of Jake O'Neill backwards in turn number 1. So the caution out here again. The Arizona driver will get back on the gas here and rejoin us at the tail. All right, caution lights will go out. We'll double up right now. Ramirez, Sanders, Myers. There we go. Caution lights go out. Derek Ramirez once again showing the way. It'll be Sanders and Dillard now side by side. It'll be Myers and Scott side by side. We've now got 11 laps in, 29 to go. Don Garrettson will spin over in turn number 1. Caution will come out one more time for the 27. So Don Garrettson Jr. having some trouble here in our USMTS visit to his hometown track. His second caution here of the A main. Lost the handle in turn number 1. We'll get them back single file. Make sure the lineup is correct. Get them back underway as quickly as we can. Derek Ramirez in 4, Rodney Sanders in 20, and Cade Dillard in 97. Sanders now going to choose the outside. Chose the inside last time, and he'll go to the outside this time on the restart. Here we go. Caution lights out again. Caution out one more time. We're going to leave it out one more trip.
Get back single file, guys. Get back single file. We lost the 7K. What you say?
Jason Cronin, 7K, has called it quits. So Crone out of action. And Don Gerritsen is done as well. 2 yellows in that A main means his night is done. So off the speedway, we'll go to 27. Get that situation fixed on the back straightaway, and we'll be ready to go one more time for Ramirez in 4. So we told you Derek's got 4 career USMTS victories. He would love to get number 5 tonight. Sits up front tomorrow night. We told you earlier, we are at the Park Jefferson Speedway in Park Jefferson, South Dakota. And then Sunday night to the Casino Speedway in Watertown, South Dakota. $4,000 to win for the Sandy Benson Memorial. Corey Crapser will roll back up to his running spot right there, and we'll get him doubled up. Rodney Sanders again will choose in or out. He goes out. Cade will go in. Kurt Myers will be in. Stormy Scott will be out. Crapser and Hughes side by side. Tesh and Gustin door to door. Then it'll be Ricky Thornton Jr. and R.C. Whitwell. Zane DeVelbus, Jake O'Neill, and Chris Clark. Those are the cars remaining on the speedway here. 12 laps officially in the books. 12 in here as we get some laps in for your leader, Ramirez in 4. Green goes Derek Ramirez. A great restart down to the bottom goes Cade Dillard in the 97. Cade last night used the bottom to his advantage late in the race, trying to go right back to the bottom as well. Here comes Cade Dillard down to the bottom. Sanders to the outside. They're side by side for the lead off turn 4. Derek Ramirez able to hang on to it at the start-finish line. Again, Dillard down to the bottom. There goes Cade. Cade Dillard in 97. Derek Ramirez in 4R side by side for the lead. Rodney Sanders is right there in 20. Then it's Myers and Scott. 4th and 5th still side by side up front. Down the back straight away. Ramirez, Dillard, Sanders, Myers, Scott. Here comes Hughes. Jason Hughes looking to get a top 5 in the 12 car. He's at 6 right now. His teammate Ryan Gustin will take a look down to the inside of him in the 19R. Derek Ramirez so far is shaken off Cade Dillard here. We'll see what Cade does. He's able to mount a challenge. Cade, a little bit of trouble. He hit a rut and bounced off the racetrack almost. Ricky Thornton Jr. in 20 RT going to call it quits. Rodney Sanders will race by Dillard here. Saw Dillard get through that rough stuff into turn number 3. He got on the brakes, but he slid up and over the cushion and allowed Rodney to go by. Cade now 3rd, Myers 4, Stormy 5th, 6th is Hughes, 7th is Gustin. 8th is Jake O'Neill from the tail, 9th is Kratzer in 07. And John Tesh right now sits in the top 10 and 14. Derek Ramirez trying to run away from last night's winner, Rodney Sanders, here at the front of the field. He's out by about 10 car lengths now in 4R. Myers, Gustin, Ryan Hughes, Stormy Scott, and Jake O'Neill. A great 5-car battle for the 4th spot here down the back straight away. Kurt Myers hanging on to it for now. Stormy has gone to the bottom. Gustin now rolling around the top side. Here comes Gustin. Ryan Gustin has gone by Jason Hughes and Stormy Scott. Now he's going to go to work on Kurt Myers. Ryan Gustin going to try to pull a slider. He will. He'll drive right by. Ryan Gustin never lifted. He went by Myers into 4th in 19R. Let's see if he can set his sights on your leaders. Derek Ramirez still your leader. Rodney Sanders has gone to the cushion. He and Gustin both up there through 1 and 2. And Ryan Gustin almost drove off the speedway on the back straightaway that time by Rodney. Now down to the bottom in 20. Sanders will go to the cushion in 1 and 2. Down to the bottom in 3 and 4. Good line here around the Rapid Speedway. Here is Derek Ramirez still your race leader, but Rodney now there in 20. Ramirez continues to lead. He'll wash across the racetrack. Sanders down to the bottom, side by side by the race lead. Still Ramirez in 4. Boy, those two running completely different groups around the racetrack. Ramirez to the bottom in 1 and 2. Sanders to the top. They're going to go door to door for the race lead. There goes Sanders. Rodney Sanders and Derek Ramirez will run side by side into turn number 3. Chris Clark right in front of him here. Let's see if he becomes a factor in this one. Sanders will take the lead by a car length in 20. Sanders in 20, Ramirez in 4. Rodney now going to look to the inside of Chris Clark. He'll put him a lap down. Clark will go down to left to Sanders. Derek will go by him as well in 4. Down the front straightaway, Rodney now going to try to drive away up front in 20. Laps in the books, 50 to go. Sanders, Ramirez, Dillard, Gustin. Those 4 all alone here. Stormy Scott has gone by Kurt Myers now to 5th and 2. But down the front straightaway, it'll continue to be Rodney Sanders, your leader in 20. Down the back straightaway, Rodney Sanders, Derek Ramirez, and Kate Dillard all alone on the bottom. And here comes the Reaper. Ryan Gustin has caught the top 3. Running around the top side of the speedway, he is roaring. Ryan Gustin over the cushion there for a second in 19R. He had a run. He got over the cushion. Down the front straightaway this time by again Sanders by 3 car lengths over Ramirez in 4 at the line. Rodney Sanders, Derek Ramirez, Kate Dillard, Ryan Gustin, and Stormy Scott the top 5. Jake O'Neill from the tail has come back up to 6th. 7th is Myers, 8th is Hughes. 9th is Crapser, 10th is Tesh. 11th is DeVelvis, 12th is Whitwell. And Chris Clark, the 13th and final car running. Derek Ramirez again has run down Rodney Sanders. For the leader comes Derek. Boy, Derek Ramirez found something right in the middle. Ramirez going to want to take the lead off turn 2 there, wheel to wheel once again. Derek Ramirez will take the lead in the back straight away in 4. Rodney going to try to regroup and come back down to the inside of him. Ryan Gustin was way back when he got over the cushion. He has run them down again. Here comes Gustin. 9 laps to go in this one. It's been a good one so far. Ramirez, Sanders, Dillard, Gustin, Stormy. Ryan Gustin once again has gone to the cushion. He's trying to work by Dillard into that 3rd spot of the 19R. He's got it. Ryan Gustin has gone to 3rd in 19. He's living dangerously way up on the cushion, but he's got a good run going now. Here comes the Reaper. Ryan Gustin is 3rd, but he's got clear sailing on the top side of the Rapid Speedway in 19R. Down the front stretch, it's Ramirez and Sanders, and all of a sudden, here comes the 19. Rodney Sanders will move to the top of the speedway and block the momentum of the 19R there. Jake O'Neill with trouble in 2T. Jake O'Neill had raced his way up to 6. He is off the pace in 2. We'll come to the line this time by with 4 to go. It's Ramirez and Sanders side by side. It's Gustin and Dillard side by side as well. A great 4-car battle. 3 wide now for second off turn 2. Rodney Sanders, Ryan Gustin, Kate Dillard trying to chase down Derek Ramirez, who's got lap traffic right in front of him this time by with 5 to go. 5 Good to go here at the Rapid Speedway. It's Ramirez, it's Sanders, it's Gustin, it's Dillard, and Stormy Scott is joining the party. Stormy trying to make it a 5-car battle here with just a handful of laps to go. DeVelvis, Clark, and Whitwell right in front of your race leaders. Let's see who gets through lap traffic better. Lap traffic right in front of your leader, and they're racing for position. Sanders and Ramirez side by side. Chris Clark will jump up out of the group. Rodney Sanders again will drop to the bottom of the speedway. Derek Ramirez still your race leader. Sanders down to the bottom. They're door to door once again. 3 laps to go this time by Ramirez. Looking to the inside of Whitwell. Dillard to the inside of the 20 of Sanders. DeVelvis is right there as well. Derek's going to have to hit the brakes here in lap traffic. Rodney Sanders down to the bottom. 2 to go. 2 to go this time by Gustin. Flat on the gas at 19R. The Reaper going to make it 3 wide up front. Here he comes. Down the back straightaway again. Ramirez will work to the outside of the speedway. Sanders down to the bottom. White flag in the air. 1 to go. Derek Ramirez to the outside of DeVelvis. Sanders to the bottom. Gustin through the middle. They're 4 wide for the lead. Down the back straightaway. Let's see if Gustin can pull a slider. Hit a turn 3 for the final time. Off turn number 4 to the checkered flag. Who's going to win it off 4? It'll be Ramirez in 4. Unbelievable late race event here at the Rapid Speedway. What a race. 5th in that will go to Stormy Scott in 2. Cade Dillard will be 4th in the 97. 3rd will go to Rodney Sanders. 2nd will go to Ryan Gustin. He almost got it done. The Reaper will come home 2nd. And race fans out of Woodward, Oklahoma, he earned the hell out of that one. How about it for Derek Ramirez in 4? So Ramirez picks up the win by 0.259 seconds in tonight's USMTS Modified A-Main. We're going to run these final 2 A-Mains, and then we will go down and speak with Ramirez in Casey's General Stores, Victory Lane.
Chris, thank you very much. 2 features to go here tonight. Sportsman already on the racetrack for their 10-lap A-Main event. By the way, $1 pizza and hot dogs at the concession stand right now. $1 pizza and hot dogs at the concession stand. Starting lineup for tonight's Sportsman A feature goes like this. Scotty DeYoung on the pole position in the 58 and 1E. Rick Egan alongside. Row 2, Brandon Jurens in the 19 and 50M of Marnie DeBoer. Row 3, the 9, Andy Wazorek of Sioux Falls. Inside, outside, Bryant Clausen in the 14K. Starts 6th. Starting 7th will be the 44 of Leon Sneller from Dune. Outside, 54, Nick McVeigh out of Rock Rapids. And row 5, Roger DeBoer in the 50 and 14, Brian Crone. That's the starting lineup for tonight's Sportsman A feature. 10 laps is your distance on this one. Keep in mind there is a championship in the balance on this one. Andy Wazorek comes in with a 20-point lead ahead of Brian Crone. Wazorek starts 5th. Crone starts 10th. If Wazorek finishes 6th or better, he will be your 2017 Rapid Speedway Sportsman champion. Field gets the signal, ready for racing. Turn number 4 next time. Ten laps the distance on the Sportsman feature tonight on Community Oil Company of Rock Valley. Night at the Rapid Speedway. If you're heading for the exits, drive safely. And may I suggest taking a look at your smartphone and the radar before you head west. 10 laps your distance. Sportsman A-Main at the Rapid Speedway on season championship night, brought to you by Community Oil Company, is green. Brandon Jurens, Rick Egan side by side for the lead. Sneaking up the inside line is the 9 of Andy Wazorek. And Marnie DeBoer racing a wheel to wheel for position number 3. Now a 4-car battle for the lead. Rick Egan leads the opening lap. He'll lead him now off of turn number 2. Here comes Marnie DeBoer on the high line. The Big Boar Racing 50M on the move. DeBoer runs second, also on the move. Bryant Clausen. Clausen to the inside of Marnie DeBoer. Brian Crone on the move, started in the back. Now Andy Wazorek trying to gain a spot, racing with the 19 of Brandon Jurens. The race within the race for the championship between the 14 of Crone and the 9 of Wazorek. Rick Egan leads to the stripe. Crone into the second spot. Marnie DeBoer third at the line. Now DeBoer trying to inch back in front of Crone. Down the back straightaway behind your race leader, the 1E of Rick Egan. Now they go to turn number 3. Clausen runs in fourth, and the 9 of Wazorek back into the 5th spot. Egan continues to lead, 4 laps in, 6 to go. We'll have crossed flags and be halfway as Marnie DeBoer challenges for the race lead. Clausen and Crone side by side, with Wazorek just behind them. 4 cars, 2x2 out front. Marnie DeBoer leads at the halfway point. Rick Egan back to the second spot. Here comes the 34K. Looking at the 14K, Bryant Clausen on the move. Crone on the high line with Wazorek, a 5-pack of cars out front. DeBoer again leads at the stripe by 0.02 of a second, but the yellow is out. Yellow over the speedway. Yellow is out. Yellow is out. Checkered flag displayed. Checkered flag, that race will be official. The win will go to the 50M of Marnie DeBoer by 0.02 of a second.
Yep, we're done.
Here's the story, race fans. At this point, we have to stop racing. We have to. We want to get you and the crews out of here safely before the storm does arrive. Remember, September 15th, September 16th is the Rapid Speedway Nationals. We'll be back here then. And we invite you to come back for that 2-night show. Get all the details at rockrapidspeedway.com. Your unofficial finish will be Marnie DeBoer first, Bryant Clausen second, Andy Wazorek third. Wazorek will be your champion. Roger DeBoer fourth, Rick Egan fifth, Brian Crone sixth, Brandon Jurens seventh, Scotty DeYoung eighth, Nick McVeigh ninth, and Leon Sneller 10th in tonight's feature event. Now, as you're heading for the exit, let me tell you what I can about the weather situation right now.
Ramirez. Ramirez coming up here. Go ahead.
On my radar at this point, I see nothing severe in the imminent area.
Derek's coming up the front stretch. Derek Ramirez coming up.
However, the rain is now currently between, the heavy rain between Leicester and Larchwood. Marnie DeBoer's down there celebrating her Sportsman win, pounding on the roof. Picked up the win last week, Nobles County. Tonight here in Rock Rapids. Congratulations, Marnie DeBoer.